Alright, this is part 2 of the review for Twilight Zone. I'm going to go over the playfield layout and some of the shots. So let's take a quick look. First of all, when you start a ball in Twilight Zone, you do so with a manual plunger, and that's what controls your skill shot. The skill shot, shed some light on it, is you shoot up the shooter lane, and you'll notice there's this red color with a switch, an orange color with a switch, and the yellow color with a switch, and then there's a scoop. You want to try and shoot as close to the scoop as possible without it going in. So you want it to roll up to, say, the yellow, and when it rolls back down, there's the diverter, which will drop it here into the rocket ship, which will shoot the ball across the field and then bring it down into the pops. The different level of color you get will determine the number of points you get, and then how many of the pop bumpers are lit for bonus points. If you shoot it up into the scoop, it comes to this kick out and brings it down to the flippers to start, and you don't get any bonus points. So the way the game is basically played is right here. This is called the door. It has all of the different modes you can play, and to start a mode you can do it one of two ways. The mode that's lit is started by hitting this piano shot up here, most easily hit with this flipper. If you hit that, it starts the mode that's lit, and then, according to that mode, you'll have to make certain shots to complete it, rack up as many points as you can until the mode times out. Another way to start a mode is hitting this slot, this scoop right here, and it will randomly pick a mode. It's a slot machine, so the reels will spin, and then one of the modes will begin. A couple of really unique things on this machine. Up here is the mini playfield. You get the ball up here, and it's called battling the power. You notice that it says flip here. There's just empty spaces. That's because there's some electromagnets under the mini playfield that will drive the ball and just kind of fling it up. So it works kind of like invisible flippers. While battling the power, you're trying to keep it from falling down this hole, and you want to knock it up through this top hole here. Doing so will award you some points and give you a lit door panel, excuse me. Another couple of cool toys on here is we have the gumball machine. It works and functions like a real gumball machine, and you can see right here, balls come out. This actually turns, ball falls out, kicks out over here. You can load the gumball a couple of different ways. There's a mode for it. There's also, you hit the left ramp and you hit the right ramp, it'll light the gumball mode. And then over here it says shoot here to load gumball. It takes your ball, kicks it up into the machine, and drops out another one. If you can see, there's a white pinball in there. That's called the power ball. When the power ball is released from the gumball machine, you get to play with a ball. It's ceramic, so it's lighter, so it flies around the machine a lot faster, and it's not affected by any sort of magnets. What you need to do is return the gumball back to the gumball machine for a bunch of points. Once you've completed all the door panels, you can start the game's wizard mode, which is called the Lost in the Zone mode. Crazy mode. Everything's worth really big points. All sorts of crazy stuff going on all over the place. I was going to start it up and show the mode, but I think it's one of those things that's just best seeing in person. This is the other cool toy I was going to show you. It's the clock. The clock can keep actual time while you're not playing, but there's one mode that's called Clock Millions, and the clock will start spinning backwards, and this shot right here awards big points that increase in value as you keep making contact with the target. The game has a ton of shots to hit. It's just packed full of crazy amounts of things. It's a great game as far as having to hit specific shots. If you look, some of these orbit shots, you got the left orbit there. You've got the right orbit here. They're really tight shots. Lots of great skill shots. From this flipper here, see, typically upper flippers are usually made to hit one of a couple shots. This one, you can send it up into the town square or the camera, which is right underneath this blinky camera here. This other flipper here is, like I said, most meant for starting modes, but it's also a way of hitting some of the other standing targets that are up there. All in all, this is my personal favorite pinball machine. It has some of the best music you'll ever hear. It's got some of the most challenging shots you need to make. The animations on the dot matrix display are great, and the audio, like the spoken voices and everything, is just really, really great. It's an awesome theme. It's one that if you're an expert pinball player, there's plenty to do. The modes are very varied, and if you're an amateur player, or you just want to flip around for a little bit, this game's great because it does so many cool things, and it happens pretty quickly. There's not a lot of waiting for you to start seeing some of the neat toys and animations up on the screen. So all in all, this is, like I said, one of my favorite pinball games. It's probably my most played pinball game in my personal collection, and one that I don't see myself unloading at any time. So if I had to have just one pinball machine, this would definitely be it.